All right, it looks like we're live. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us this evening. We are doing our first rub and tasting group here. We have Todd Bullock from Hey Grill Hey. Say hello, Todd.
Hi, sorry, I was muted. You instructed me to mute, so I muted.
No, it's all good. Following instructions is always good. Hey, Todd. So we have this group here. We'll eventually go through everybody here, but let's just get started on what is Hey Grill Hey.
Okay. First of all, this is awesome. Is this the inaugural one? Am I the first?
Again.
Yes.
Again?
Yep.
Oh yeah, we were on the other one.
The Pitmasters podcast. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that Susie's not here. We'll see. But she's currently she's the boss of all this. I'm just kind of driving the ship today. She's in Manhattan with some other food blogger friends doing like a retreat/learning thing, and then she's gonna go to the fancy food show, and she's gonna be one of the hosts of the Sophie Awards, which is an awards that they like at the fancy food show, which is a grocery convention that happens in Vegas and Manhattan once a year, where like it's literally just like you go and there's brands there and there's buyers and all this stuff. So she's gonna end up being on the board of that, which is gonna be awesome. And yeah, she gets to judge the Sophie Awards, which like different food products. She gets to, be a judge and declare winners of like new products in the grocery market. So that's pretty cool. So Susie started Hey Grill Hey back in 2015. So she had a myriad of, jobs working on websites before that. And then we landed in the same neighborhood. One of our friends was a marketing rep for Traeger Grills, and they were trying to digitize their recipe book, because you just buy a Traeger and you get this like spiral bound notebook saying, here's some recipes. So they're like, we want to take that and digitize them and then add new recipes. So they gave us a smoker. We'd never smoked or barbecued anything in our lives other than a propane grill and some chicken and burgers. And we learned within a couple of weeks that this pellet smoker was the best thing that ever happened to us. And after a couple of years of working with Traeger and developing recipes, she was able to break out on her own, started her own website, putting up recipes. And after a few years is when we got into the video game and putting out videos. And one of our most popular recipes on the website was her barbecue sweet rub. And we had multiple people a week asking us to just please bottle it and sell it. And when someone's asking you to sell them something, you listen. And we did that. And she's been able to successfully grow this brand into a line of, a bunch of rubs and sauces. And we have, these kits that we've come out, and we've tried different things like butcher paper and shirts and meat shredders. So we just try different things, see what hits. But the cool thing about her seasonings and sauces, and I got to watch her handcraft these blends on our kitchen counter. So I watched her as she was adding things. I remember the beef rub specifically, she had 10 different bowls out, and she was like, it was like a mad scientist. But that beef rub is now like my favorite rub in the whole world. Even if I wasn't biased, it's what she did to handcraft a specific blend of that was super awesome to watch. So anyway, that's how we've ended up where we are. Is that good? Is that a good intro?
Exactly. Perfect.
Okay.
Well done.
Yep.
Well, cool. We'll get on to some tasting here, but before we get onto that, let's just introduce everybody who is in our group. We'll just start off with Spence. Go ahead.
Hey, my name's Spence from Joplin, Missouri. Like I shared with the group earlier, retired fire, so us firemen like to cook, and actually smoking for me is therapeutic. I really enjoy cooking, so usually 3 or 4 times a week I've got something going on the smoker. Questions?
Awesome. Awesome. All right, Christy, you're up next.
Hey guys, I'm Christy from Girls Can Grill. I'm a competitive pitmaster, certified barbecue judge, and teacher of all things barbecue. And I have a podcast, Barbecue Tips Podcast.
Sweet. Rob, you're up.
My name is Robert Meyer from Union Grove, Wisconsin. High Stakes Grilling Team and Kick Ash Barbecue. This is actually a family affair for me. Me, my wife, and my kids all compete barbecue. So it's just something that we love to do and something that we really enjoy.
Cool. And then now we got Crystal.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
My name is Clark. I'm from Tennessee. So I cold water. Most people is all that Memphis. I'm a certified, and I've got my daughter here, Barbecue Bugsy. Y'all know her. Sponsored by K4L Grills, the Charcoal, and Browse Barbecue. Trying patio cook.
Okay.
Pro, yeah.
All right, Crystal, we're having you break up. We'll bring you back out. Go ahead and try to fix that audio for us. All right. We'll bring you back in. All right, Derek, you're up.
Check. Is it clear?
Yep.
All right, cool. My name is Derek. Hi, everybody. I'm on this call from sunny San Diego, California. Got into KCBS competition barbecue back in 2022, cooking with West Coast Barbecue Shop out of Chula Vista. I am a certified barbecue judge as well, and I dabble with that backyard restaurant barbecue. Almost every aspect of barbecue I try to get my hands on. So, yeah.
Sweet. And then it looks like we have is it Josh you're on? I think. Let's see. John, you're up.
All right, can you hear me?
Yeah, Kelly, you can go and then we'll do John next. Fire away, Kelly.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. All right, so I'm Kelly, obviously. I'm part of the Mental Voodoo barbecue group. My husband started a couple of years ago. He was just going to start judging, and I was just letting him do his thing. And then he started competing, and then I was just going to go and support. And then I entered it was the chili cook-off in Thermal Works, and I actually did the cornbread for him, and I won second place. First time I'd have ever competed. So now I'm the proud owner of now 14 barbecue grills, and I'm jumping in and competing with him. We just bought a Valkyrie yesterday. So
Congratulations.
Good job. All right, John, man, you're up.
Technology. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, good. John Mann, live in Eagle River, Alaska. We got started judging barbecue up here in Alaska, and then became a CBJ, and then somehow got talked into becoming a rep for KCBS and for SCA. And now we have graduated into creating our own nonprofit for getting youth and kids involved in the barbecue world up here, and are currently working towards getting involved with let's just say other organizations right now. Let's leave it at that to continue the youth thing until it's official. I don't want to say anything, but we'll be down in Memphis in May, and you can talk to me there. I'll give you more details if you want to see that. So thanks for the invite. I appreciate it.
Thanks. All right, the man, Michael, M&J Barbecue.
M&J's Barbecue, SCA, play around. Actually a machinist and mechanic for industrial pumps. I know most of you, competed against most of you, and enjoy it, and look forward to doing this group. Thanks, Todd, for donating such great products. You know I love you and your family, and you guys do a million things, and a lot of you guys do for me. So let's kick this thing off.
Cool, and then I'll go last. Oh, no, wait, we got Trevor. Sorry, Trevor. Jeez, look at me.
Yeah, don't forget Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor Jensen, Salt Lake area, Utah, and of La Luna Barbecue. Kind of been cooking my whole life. I just kind of got into barbecue when I was actually living up in Alaska, doing some subsistence stuff, and came back down here and saw some KCBS judge class. I didn't have any idea what it was. Started doing that, and I was like, I got to do these competitions, and actually met Anthony at the very first one, and I don't know, just was hooked from then. I started doing some competitions. I competed a few times with Anthony and on his team as well, and just had a good time with it. So, and I also am addicted to collecting smokers like some of you guys too. So I got a whole bunch of them back there. So, but hopefully my wife doesn't make me stop anytime soon on that. But
Sweet. And then we do have one other person. I'm going to slide over so she can come in. So come on in. Yeah, it's too late. It's too late.
You introduce yourself.
All right. Well, Amanda's staying off camera. She is a certified prime SCA judge. Knows her way around barbecue. Is amazing product development manager at ThermoWorks. So she kind of knows her stuff as well. And then for myself, I am Anthony Lujan, the host of the Pitmasters podcast and Smoke Ain't No Joke Barbecue. And I just go out there, cook, and meet in a parking lot and cross my fingers and see what happens at the end of the day. All right, Todd, let's just do it. Let's burn through these. I think I have the fish and veggie rub up first. So do you want to talk a little bit about this, why everybody gives a little taste?
Yep. So just so everyone knows, I didn't know, and I should have guessed this is a competition-based thing. Like, please don't use these in competitions. They probably won't win. Unless you use them as a base and build from there. Susie built these specifically for like the backyard cook. So we've got no MSG in there. We've got, no of the, the liquid smoke or the fake smoke flavor. I just cooked with Bill Purvis's Texas rib grind tonight on some ribs, and he has some natural hickory smoke flavor in his rub, which I don't think I've seen very much of. So that was interesting, and I could actually taste it in the finished product, which is crazy. But so fish and veggie rub was one. I think that's one of the most recent ones. She just needed a something to go more with, a vegetable or a fish that wasn't, we were just using sweet rub on everything, and I needed a variation. And so the main flavors are going to be, there's some dill in there, there's red pepper flakes, and then just your basic like salt, pepper, garlic, and I forget what else. But this one's, it's really good, but this one's not my super favorite. I don't know why I sent it, but anyway, enjoy.
No, to start off, man, I really like it. First things I pick up on it is that dill and salt flavor. So that is something that I really enjoy. The chili peppers don't really bring too much heat, but they have enough, just a little bit of tickle. So they come in on the back, and so that's what I really enjoy about this rub. I've used this before on salmon, and it works actually really, really great on chicken as well. So I'm a big fan of that. So that is my peace of mind. Anybody else want to chirp up here that it's on screen, and then we'll move to the people backstage?
Well, I have actually used this in a competition, and it was my primary, and it was on a chicken dish, and I did a chicken and pepper cheesecake, and I did take second place with this. So I don't know. I'm a big fan, and it does make awesome dips. Or if you're into making aiolis, this is the stuff for aiolis. So sorry about that, Todd. Didn't want to embarrass you, but it is a good product.
That's all. Yeah, please. Yeah, how dare you?
Well, this is our go-to for vegetables. It's really the only way we can get our kids to actually eat vegetables because it's got just great flavor and peppery. And I love that tingle in the back. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I was going to say we do a lot of egg salad here. My favorite's an egg salad sandwich. I haven't actually had this rub before, but I'm going to do this in a bunch of egg salad sandwiches. I know it's not a veggie or a fish, but I think it'll be super good in that. And then, my kids actually do love veggies, strangely enough. I know that's weird, but my daughter will go to town on some steamed veggies. So this will be one to go to for that too. So it's really good.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
I really like the of it, and honestly, in my opinion, good on seafood or something. But I really like it. Has really good.
Anthony, you're on mute.
Hey, Crystal and Bugsy, yeah, that audio is still coming in just a little bit, so maybe some headphones. See if we can fix that audio. But anybody else, Derek, you want to fire away?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll piggyback on exactly what you said. So with the dill, very aromatic. It complemented it really well, followed by the salt on the tail, or not necessarily tail end, but the balance of salt. And then you got that pepper flake on the tail end. So when I initially tried it, I tried it without the pepper flake just to get the actual essence of it. But yeah, I can totally see that. I'm kind of excited to try this. This is my first time having this. And I really want to try it on like a potato salad because I think it'll help definitely work as a great accent.
Yep, it's great in potato salad.
What I really like about it is that it has some buttery overtones, like buttery notes. And I don't know if there's like any granulated butter in it or not, but I like that because like if you sprinkle it on vegetables, I feel like I'm going to still get that flavor of butter without having to add the calories. So for those watching calories who are eating fish or vegetables, I think this is going to be a nice accent and give that satisfaction without adding the fat.
Yeah,
That's a great call out because
there isn't, but yeah, I get what you're saying with that.
I guess my other question too is there any citric in this or citrus in it? Citric
Yeah,
acid?
there's got to be some lemon powder or lemon peel or something. I'm pretty sure there is.
And yeah, it's not overpowering by any means. Like I said, well balanced.
Yeah. And one other thing that I got to add too is it is a great rub to use on seafood, but when you are using it on seafood like lobster, any shrimp like that, try not to go super aggressive with it because it will oversalt with the saltiness of those seafoods as well. Freshwater fish and stuff like that, go ahead and go aggressively, but just got to be really careful with the seafood. You don't want to make it too salty.
We've recently used it on burgers and even steak because it gives it kind of like a ranch burger or a ranch steak with that dill in there.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I got to say that I'm looking forward to using it up here in Alaska. I'm not a huge fish fan, so I'm looking forward for some way for me to tolerate salmon. But halibut, the non-fishy fish of my choice, one of my favorite ways is Parmesan encrusted dill sauce on halibut. And this with that dill, that's the first thing it made me think of was hitting the halibut a little bit. So I guess I need to let the wife know I need a halibut charter in the near future so we're out.
So I want to come with you.
There you go. Come on up.
All right. Anybody else want to speak up on this, or should I move on to the beef rub? Backstage, raise your hand if you want to say anything. All right. Okay, let's move on to the beef rub here. Want to talk a little bit about this?
Yeah, she was inspired. There's a specific note in there, which is remind me, cilantro seed, coriander.
Coriander,
Right?
correct.
Yeah, so there's some ground coriander in there, and she was inspired by Mr. Micklethwait in Austin. I forgot his first name. He owns a restaurant there called Micklethwait Barbecue. We were eating there, and she's like, "What is in this rub?" And he told her the secret was coriander. And so she has, it's got ground mustard, ground coriander. So it's basically salt. It's salt, pepper, garlic with some extra undertones in there.
Yeah, I really like it too. Once again, like Christy said, though, it's still showing that little bit of a buttery flavor. I don't know if it's just we're just used to tasting the pepper and salt with butter. I don't know, but it's still coming in with the smooth back end. I agree. And then it's not too aggressive. I feel like it's well balanced. I love the balance of this rub. It's pretty basic and awesome. It can go with everything. And to counter what you said earlier, though, Todd, that this is still competition grade. I wouldn't have no problem running this on brisket at all.
All right.
Nope. And it's great on wild game.
Yeah.
Really good on wild game. I use it on elk.
Oh, I haven't used it on wild game yet, but that's definitely good.
Yeah, we use it on venison a lot. I grew up eating venison, and I love venison, but with beef rub on it, it's like I could eat it every night.
Yeah, I
Nice.
really, speaking of competition grade, the texture is perfect for that because it's going to dissolve beautifully. You're going to still get a nice bark out of it. And that coriander, like I didn't ever know what the secret like sauce was to this thing but there's always been a flavor that I'm just like something makes this different and unique in a good way. But now as soon as you say it, like that's definitely the spice, but it's something I never thought really too much to add to beef, at least not American barbecue beef. And yeah, it hits the spot.
She's gonna kill
And
me.
the SPG is balanced perfectly, so I'm a fan.
Yep.
I'm spilling her secret.
Nobody's watching.
No, like Amanda just said, steak and egg burritos, breakfast burritos, home run, all day.
Yeah, I might have actually asked if it had coriander on that, just like one of those notes there. That was one of the spices. Like when I first had like coriander as just a whole seed, like I like Googled like is coriander like the best secret spice that nobody knows about because it's super underused, but it's just so good. It has like those really nice like floral sweet notes, but and I actually put it like in one of my like secret rubs that I was using for some of the competitions and stuff like that. So, and again, this is like another one that I haven't had of yours either. Super, super good. I do know that a couple people that do the SCA stuff, I've had it on stuff because I do have a friend that like will come over and do his SCA practices over here. And like I'll do his taste testing and stuff, which any of you guys want to do your tests over here, I'll taste test for you guys anytime. But and he does use this as his base, so I won't give away who that is, but and I know he does really well in the SCA stuff. So but super, super good. So I'll be using that for sure.
All right, anybody else?
Well, my plan is I just got some fresh sheep meat actually from a buddy of mine, and that's the first thing that popped into my head. You guys are talking about venison. I've never had sheep before, so I'm looking forward to maybe trying some of this on it. See how it turns out.
With the sheep too, you may want to try that fish and veggie.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I've put it on lamb, and with that little bit of dill in the lamb, it's really good.
Sure.
And it can kind of handle the salt.
Sweet. All righty, now let's get away from the saltiness and let's go straight into the Hey Girl Hey Sweet Barbecue Row.
Sweet.
Yeah, so this started as when we first were starting out. I was just doing this rub that was just basically equal parts salt and pepper with some paprika and brown sugar in there. And then she took it to a whole new level with, garlic, onion, mustard powder. I don't even know what all was in there, but it's like I said, it was one of the most popular, top 10 website traffic that we had, and it still is to this day. And it's the number one referrer of it's our number one seller, and the Sweet Rub post on HeyGirlHey.com is our number one referral to sell it. So it's pretty cool. So it's weird that we give out the recipe for something that we sell, but it actually has proved to be a very successful thing for us.
Why make it when you know somebody else who can do it better and consistent every time?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's that simple.
And besides ribs and pork, this is actually pretty good on a chuck roast if you want it just to layer for a little bit of color. You're doing a long cook with. I've done it on a chuck roast where I've actually cooked the chuck roast over some veggies, and I'll layer the beef grill, and then I'll put a light layer of this on top, and it just makes it pop just a little bit more.
Oh, perfect. And then what I do like about this too is it builds. So at first I get kind of like that garlic salty flavor, and then the sweet comes in right in the back end. So I really do like that. And then as we sit here, it actually has a little bit of heat building as well.
Yep.
I think that's the onion and the paprika that she's using.
Yep.
It's almost like a Mexican paprika.
I know. I was actually just thinking, I had a really good margarita last night and it had something around the rim of the glass. And I feel like if you put this around the rim of a margarita for Cinco de Mayo, like it would be fire.
Oh, I am trying that. I honestly, I eat this out of the jar. That's me. I can sit here and just sit there and taste it. And Marty's always like, put it away, put it away. But we use this on just about everything. This is my favorite, Todd. Absolutely my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the record, is there anything wrong around the rim of a margarita?
No. Crystal, let's give you another test run. Let's see if you can come in and with that. Nope, you're no audio. Okay. It's all good. All right. Let's bring Trevor in here. Perfect. All right. Any other buddies want to speak up here?
I agree with everybody that well balanced. The smoked paprika, you definitely taste that it's pronounced. Along with the margarita, I went on the sweeter side, and this would go great like on vanilla ice cream as a topper.
Ice cream.
Yep.
Okay, fun.
I have to think of things that will intrigue my kids. So just like for instance with the beef rub, because of that salt forwardness, I was thinking, boom, popcorn. I put that on popcorn as a topping. My kids will love it. Same thing with this one. I was like, dude, if I put this on ice cream, my kids will be all about it. And it's got that little bit of heat that they'll.
I want to put it on top of creme brulee and see if it'll like caramelize and make like that crust. Like,
you guys haven't been eating today. You guys are making me hungry.
That's a great idea.
All right.
Yeah, you might have to add some more sugar to it.
It's on. I'm going to expect that at your next dessert turn in.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, to me, it kind of reminds me of, I don't know, probably most of you guys have had Pork Star. This actually is one of my favorites. I keep this at the house all the time, actually, but so it is really super, super good. We use it all the time. Does it have like a honey? Do you have like honey granules in there too? I don't know. Maybe you can't say, but
No, we don't. The recipe's on our website. So
okay, so it really is the same as the.
Yeah, I mean the production or the manufacturer always has their own like formulation of it, but it's based off of our original recipe. So
yeah, it reminds me of similar to that, but like way more well balanced, a lot better salty, and then that, like I said in the wording there, the kick there actually surprised me. Like when I'm not actually having it with other stuff, it gets you in the back of the throat a little bit, but super, super good rub.
Yeah, I believe it's just cayenne.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like this one a lot. And yeah, this one I think doesn't stay in the cabinet very long once it's in the cabinet. It's just a go-to and grab. It goes on literally everything, and I guess I'll have to try it on ice cream.
Don't judge me.
Derek for the win.
Yeah, and popcorn for sure.
Ice cream.
All righty, we have passed our rub tasting. Now let's move on to some sauces. So everybody grab your spoons. And first thing I guess we're going to start off with is did I say the everything barbecue sauce?
Yep, that was first.
Perfect. All right.
So these came to be because I grew up in Utah thinking that I hated barbecue because all I knew about barbecue was the barbecue or the McRib or crock pot, pork with Kraft barbecue sauce. And I found out that what I didn't like about it was that liquid smoke flavor, and most people like that, but I just never liked it. So she developed these sauces basically for me, was so that I could enjoy. It was like a challenge because she would keep making them and I wouldn't like them, and then as she would make them and I liked them, that's when she decided that was a winner, I guess. But yeah, so these don't have any liquid smoke, and our thought with the backyard smoker is like, if you're going to spend 10 to 15 hours or whatever smoking meat, like why would you put sauce with fake smoke on top of all that? Like the sauce should enhance the meat, not overpower it.
Right. Well, the first thing I get on this, to be completely honest with you, Todd, is that I don't taste the barbecue sauce until I pretty much swallow it, and then the heat and flavor just build throughout the time, which is great because if you're eating something like a piece of chicken or, you're going to be able to taste the protein, and then that sauce will be able to build on top of it. And that's what I really like about this one. It's it's well balanced and it slowly builds throughout, the entire tasting of it, I should say.
And even though there's no liquid smoke, I feel like my brain is telling me smoke because I think it pulls all the flavors of barbecue. And so like my mind is just connecting that. And so it tastes like barbecue, but same thing. It's sweet on the front and then it gets a little kick in the back.
Yep, I agree.
So originally being from Kansas City, it's the first thing it brought up, and that was even before I read the Kansas City style. So definitely that sweet Kansas City style barbecue sauce that oddly enough is not my favorite, but this is a well balanced. I wouldn't say it would be one that I would definitely choose, to be honest, but it definitely is, a good flavored sweeter sauce.
Sweet. All right. I like to use this. Actually, I do use this in my competition barbecue sauce as well. I just thin it out with some apple juice, or depending on which category, even some Mountain Dew. So once again, Todd, it is competition grade.
Sorry, I was wrong. No.
So yeah, if nobody else has anything to chime in on that, let's just move right along to one of my favorite flavors in the world is whiskey, but this has peach in it. Whiskey peach.
Whiskey peach.
Yeah. So go ahead and tell us about it, Todd.
So she first developed this with a recipe with pulled chicken. So she wanted to try like to slow smoke boneless, skinless chicken thighs and shred them. And she wanted a sauce for it. And so she built this around what would taste really good with chicken. And, peach and whiskey was kind of a no-brainer, and she went with it, and it turned out fantastic. So that's how this one came to be.
So my question with this is she using a whiskey flavoring, a bourbon? What is the real process behind the whiskey flavor inside this barbecue sauce?
Jack Daniels.
Just straight Jack. All right.
Yep. I wondered what that bite was. It was familiar.
Yep,
that's all I was thinking. I was like, I could have turned this in at the Jack.
Yeah. Yep,
Does it make it to the sauce, or do you drink the Jack and then make the sauce?
No, really, but as soon as I taste it, you can actually taste the whiskey flavor up front, and then it fades with the sweetness of the peach. The peach is kind of hard for me to pick up on. I really don't get a lot of it because I think the whiskey slightly overpowers it. But it's a great sauce. I really like this sauce. I actually will use this on beef products as well. I think it really enhances beef as well.
Yeah, we added a lot of baked beans as well, just to add a little bit of kick to the baked beans.
Yep.
This is awesome on a nice thin top round sliced, like an Arby's sandwich. That's the go-to rub or sauce for that.
Interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anybody hasn't tried it?
Sorry, go ahead.
If anybody hasn't tried it, try it.
So our first sauce manufacturer that we've unfortunately had to, we kind of grew out of him. We told him we didn't want any high fructose corn syrup in our sauces, so he ended up hand making his own peach preserves to go in there. And then, so our new sauce manufacturer, we told them that same thing. So they told us that's the case, but you never know with these big guys. But yeah, that's the direction we gave them. So kind of like, high fructose corn syrup free peach preserves are actually in that sauce.
Wow. It's good. And Anthony, my flavor profile's a little bit opposite of yours. I actually taste the peach more than the whiskey. I really enjoy it, and this is really good on pork. That's what I mostly use it on.
Yeah, the same thing for me. The peach came out really forward, if you will, and then the whiskey came behind it. So really good.
Yeah, I a lot of times for like whiskey sauces and stuff, I will just not buy them. Like especially the big name brand ones that you'll see at the grocery store. I'll never buy those because it's like the grossest whiskey flavor. And so usually I will like get a regular sauce and then I'll actually cook down some whiskey in it. But the flavor and the smell and everything of the whiskey in this is so good. And then I am getting the peach like really good. To me, it's like more of an after flavor of the peach and everything on the tongue, and then the spice and everything. It's really good sauce, super good. So, and I have used this in competition as well, and like watered it down and stuff like that too. So super good sauce.
Cool.
Yeah, I just
first thing. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead, John.
Oh, I was just saying that first thing I thought of was on the pulled pork sandwich. So, but I didn't want to say pork because everybody else was saying chicken. So, Christy, thank you for making me feel comfortable.
No, it's
but yeah, the peach is definitely prominent. But I do get the Jack Daniel's taste to it and appreciate it. This is really good. This will be a staple.
And I am getting a little bit of that peach texture, Todd. Is it just a puree? Is that what it is, or exactly? Okay.
Yeah, it's like a peach preserve. So there is some. What the word you just used? Sorry.
Puree.
Puree. Yeah. Sorry, my French brain went to sleep.
That's all good. It's been a long day at the office. All right. Since we don't have any other comments, Crystal, is there anything you want us to read about this? She'll type in some comments with us. Her audio is kind of tough, but she's with us. But let's move on to the Hey Girl Hey Apple Jalapeno.
Okay, so story with this one is it was when she first started her website. I think you're gonna get some coriander in here too. I'm pretty sure, but we were really falling in love with jalapenos. We were doing so much stuff, wrapping them in bacon and putting them in everything. She wanted to put them in a sauce somehow. So she developed this way to cook ribs where she sliced up jalapenos in the wrap phase and put the jalapenos in the foil wrap with the ribs for the braise process. And then at the last step, she sauces it. She would put the jalapenos on top of the ribs for when the sauce tightens up in the smoker outside of the foil. And just watching her go through this process of including with the jalapeno, coriander is cilantro seeds, so coriander and jalapeno and then apple, and just watching her go through this and add it all. And again, just pots on the stove and mixing things and I was working a full-time job at this point. I'd come home from work and there was just some ribs sitting out on the counter, and I'm like, okay. And they had jalapenos on them, so I just grabbed them and started eating them, and it was some of the best flavors I've ever had in my life, and it's a really poignant memory for me. So I really, this is probably my favorite sauce of hers. So yeah, hope you all enjoy it.
Very nice. Crystal did comment back on the peach, whiskey peach. She said it's very fruity, so she's picking up on that peach as well. But the first thing I do like about this jalapeno, the apple jalapeno, is that it comes in sweet and the heat comes in behind. And if you're lucky enough to be able to bite one of those chunks of jalapenos, it actually amplifies it quite a bit. And I really do enjoy that part of it. I did use it as a rib glaze last weekend, and I actually ran it through a strainer. And then there is actually probably about a whole jalapeno of chunks in this one bottle because I wanted a nice glaze, so I removed the jalapeno chunks out of it, and it worked really nice. And there's more jalapeno in there than I thought there would have been.
And I was going to say that's kind of what I like seeing about it is when I took that first scoop and I had that little bit of jalapeno chunk on there. It's cool to see when it says apple jalapeno and you get a little chunk of jalapeno. It's nice.
Then you got a hint of cinnamon in there too.
Right. And it looks like Crystal came in saying that it's not her favorite because she tastes too much jalapeno juice, which some people don't really like the heat. We know my co-host Rusty Monson, he thinks pepper's too hot, so it's just one of those things.
It can be pretty bitter to specific palates too, so you got to be careful with it if you're using it in competition for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say of the three, this one is a little more tart to me. So maybe there's green apples in there, I'm not sure. And definitely spiciest of the bunch. And yeah, definitely has that heat on the back end and just a little bit of like almost vinegary, but more like green apple tartness. So it's still sweet, but tart and spicy.
Add
I
this
think
to
the
your
easiest
pit
way I
beans.
could. Go ahead.
Oh, you said add this to your pit beans.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah,
So
Crystal
they're
says she
using,
actually does love the heat. She just doesn't like that jalapeno spice. So it's kind of, I guess, it's one of those things. If you're a heat lover and jalapeno is not your favorite, you might lean more into habaneros and things like that. So, but I like the heat. I don't see nothing wrong with using heat in competition barbecue. But just remember, in barbecue, you can always add heat, but you can't take it away. So you always start off with a teaspoon at a time until you find where you want. Chrissy cooks down in Arizona and Las Vegas or Southern Nevada, and they like a little bit of tingle to their barbecue flavors versus up here in northern Utah. So just a little bit of a tip. If you're heading that way, maybe you might add just a tablespoon of this into your next rub or your next sauce.
But not California, right, Derek? California, they seem to like sweeter.
Okay, you're thinking of Northern California. Now, when you come to Southern California, when we used to have the San Diego contest, they like the heat. But I was gonna say with this one, it's not pickled jalapeno, is it?
No, it's fresh. Yeah.
Fresh jalapeno. Yeah. So very well pronounced. It's not offensive. I don't think it's offensive. The fat kid in me wants to put this on my breakfast burrito. So instead of putting hot sauce, I'm adding this with it. I really am. But yeah, seeing the chunks in there, even seeing the seeds in there, so you can tell that they don't de-seed it either. So that was kind of a nice surprise. I think well balanced, love it. I think for me to add a little bit of depth, if they charred the jalapenos, but I think that would be next level stuff right there. But this is a phenomenal product for people who like that heat in their sauce with the sweetness. It's a great product.
Thank you.
I liked it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. I was just say that easiest way for me to describe it, I think I would call it a verde style barbecue sauce, and kind of like a verde jalapeno salsa. That's kind of what I'm getting out of it, and which I absolutely like. As far as the judging side of it, with again, agree with everybody. It depends on what area of the country you're in. I love spice, but we frequently get judges that, if it's ketchup with black pepper in it, that's hot sauce. So you gotta be careful to blow that one judge out of the table. But anyway, I like it. It's good.
Yep. Yeah. What Amanda's saying over to us, which is great too, is smoked cream cheese, and then using that as a dip. So probably paired with, I would just say probably just the sweet barbecue rub, and then top, for the smoking process, and then the apple jalapeno on top, and then some good crackers. Home run.
We've done
That
exactly
sounds
that. It's great.
I was gonna say I like that all three of them aren't super salty. It kind of goes back, Todd, to what you were saying at the beginning, that you spend all day doing the smoking and you want these to complement your meat and not overpower the meat. And so they're not real salty, and so that it's not going to like add a ton extra to your meat. It's just going to complement it. But also I did like a half and half spoon of the whiskey peach with the jalapeno. I know I'm going off the reservation here a little bit, but that was super good. So you guys should try that real quick. But that's a really good mix, by the way. But so give that a shot.
I love that we all have homework.
Right?
Yeah,
Cool.
go
ahead.
If you like brie cheese, put this on the smoker with your apple jalapeno and some toasted crostinis. It's really good.
Well, cool. All right. Before we get out of here, we've got to, first of all, let's all thank Todd for
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you.
Thank you, Todd.
and Susie as
And
well.
Susie. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, she was sad to miss this. Sorry, guys.
It's all good. So let's wrap this up. Let's everybody, let's go through. Just say what your favorite rub and sauce is out of the group. I thought they're all fantastic, but honestly, my go-to is probably the beef rub. And honestly, with the whiskey peach, that's probably one of my more favorite. And I might be biased to that because I really love or whiskey, anyways. So, and then we got Amanda. She said she likes the sweet rub and the apple jalapeno are her go-tos.
I'm right there with Amanda. Those are my favorite.
She says thumbs up.
I'm beef and sweet with the whiskey peach.
Yeah, it's same here. And I'm going to use these on some ribs this weekend, so looking forward to that.
I think I'm gonna go with the fish one just because it's so different, and I'm supposed to eat my vegetables. I want to throw it in some quiche and try a few things, and then whiskey peach. Yeah, that's my favorite of the sauces.
Yeah,
Nice.
and I'm gonna have to agree with you. I like the fish rub, and the peach whiskey.
And Crystal chimed in. She said her favorite is the beef and whiskey peach as well. So
Okay.
I'm going to follow suit with the fish and veggie and the peach. That's the ones I'm most excited to work with anyway. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the beef and the whiskey peach also on that.
nice.
Todd,
And
does
then
that kind of fall in line with your clientele? They usually gravitate towards the peach.
Yep. So I think whiskey peach is probably our high. Well, zesty. We have a mustard sauce. I should have sent that. Sorry, I was just like in a hurry to get stuff out to you guys, but we have a mustard sauce that's pushing up in the rankings against whiskey peach. So yeah, and
no, that one does well in our shop.
You still have all the addresses.
Yeah, I owe you guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, our best seller is the sweet rub. Next up is beef rub, and then whiskey peach and zesty gold. Those are our top four.
Okay.
So Todd, what is your favorite out of the bunch?
You know, I've never been a big mustard guy, but I'm coming around to it, so it's really good. But I think my most used one is apple jalapeno when it comes to, you know, if we're doing a big get together and we just have a big pile of pulled pork, like I'm going apple jalapeno 9 out of 10 times. And then with my favorite rub is the beef rub. The beef rub's my favorite product that she's ever made. So.
Well, I think it's completely well-rounded. It can literally go on anything from, chicken to brisket to a pork chop, even onto vegetables. So, yeah, breakfast burritos, everything. It is the most well-rounded out of the group, I do believe.
Can I put in a request for a guest on here?
Yeah, please do.
I want Craig Carter and Matt Overson on here with their Aces Wild stuff.
Oh, that would be a wild show. That would be fun.
All right, if that happens, somebody's got to break one of the rules just for Craig Carter's benefit.
Yeah.
Is Todd going to jump in on that call too?
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, we'll invite Todd just because.
No, I just seen those going around, and I think Craig he won 2 first places this week.
Yep.
Yeah.
State comp with his stuff. So I think that's the hot stuff right now. So that'd be a good one to talk to. But if they don't want to do it, I understand.
Well, cool. Well, thanks for taking your guys' time to join this first rub and sauce tasting. I guess we should name it. I guess I don't know. We'll figure out a name of the group. Todd, thanks for coming on here and sending out this product and letting us all taste it and give you our live feedback here on it. And once again, to the entire group, thanks for being willing to come on here and do this and speak your opinion. We would like to hear some negative sometime. We can't be perfect every single time. So
I think there was some. I was going to bring that up at the beginning. Like we always just get sugar. So, it's right. Please give us negatives. Give us feedback. Like we want it. Just people always like they're trying to be nice to us or something. But like we can take it. Tell us.
Right. Yeah. And so if you do cook something this weekend, or and it didn't hit right, let Todd know, because the negative feedback is just as valuable as positive feedback, because then they can maybe make some tweaks in the future or something new that they're coming up with. So negative feedback isn't always bad. It's always helpful.
And if you wouldn't mind tagging us, that'd be awesome. Just tag Hey Grill Hey, just HeyGrillHey at Hey Grill Hey on everything. Hey Grill Hey by Susie Bullock on Facebook.
So Todd, that was going to be my question. Since we're coming to the end of this live, how can we as a panel support you and Susie? So even though we have these and we did our live with you, so should we cook with them this weekend? Tag you guys. What else can we do?
Yeah, we never ever want people when we send out free stuff. We never expect anything in return. Just if you want to, that's awesome, and we'll reshare it. And our goal, Susie's ultimate goal, always and forever, is just to help people become backyard barbecue heroes. They want people to have that moment. So, if you know of someone just getting in the game or whatever, like just spread the word and have them check out the website and the products, and because that's what she wants to do. Is she wants we've all had that moment where we bring out food to our people and our eyes are this big and everyone just devours it. And that's really what she wants, is just for everybody to be able to have that moment to make those memories with their families. So yeah, if you have a cool experience with it when you're cooking with it, please tag us. If it's a bad experience, tag us if you want. If not, send us a DM and let us know so we can try to fix it. But no, I mean, we just appreciate you guys that carry it in your stores. Like it's amazing. It's unbelievable that to watch it grow and to see it what it is. And it's all because of the love and support of people like you guys. So we just appreciate any piece of positive reinforcement and feedback you can give us. So thank you very much.
Sweet. And and what Amanda said too is great. Cook with it, and the flavor profile might change, and it might not be your favorite the next round. So yeah, just cook with all of it, and then tag Hey Grill Hey, and then also give if you think of something else that pops up, just shoot Todd a DM and let him know, and then also tell your friends about it. There's plenty enough to share. Maybe if you see your neighbor across the fence that is grilling with salt and pepper or McCormick or something like that, toss him a bottle.
And I really will. If you guys want to try anything else, like within this group, not with the whoever many people are watching, but within this group, if you guys want to try anything else, just let me know and I'll ship it up to you.
Sounds good. All right. Well, thank you for your time, guys. I'm going to end the stream here one moment.
Good seeing everybody.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Anthony. Thanks again, Todd.